Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Hi, Assalamualaikum and good morning everyone. Thank you for coming to my seminar today. First, let me introduce myself. My name is Siti Alia binti ISMAIL and today I will talk about a serious issue which is electronic waste or we call e-waste. But before we start, I have a question. How many of you still have an old phone or laptop at home? Anybody?
Me,
Okay.
I have an old phone at home.
Anyone else?
Me,
Okay.
I have a few devices lying around.
Okay, so everyone have it, right? Okay, next. Think about it for a moment. What happens when we finally decide to throw them away?
They probably end up in landfills.
Okay, and
I think most of them are just thrown away.
okay, thank you for answering my question. Okay. As stated by the World Health Organization, the world produced about 62 million tons of e-waste in 2022, but less than a quarter was properly recycled. That means most of our discarded electronics are either in landfills or improperly handled. Imagine the sheer volume of waste accumulating each year. As highlighted by the Global E-Waste Monitor, if we don't take any action, e-waste could double by 2050. That's 26 years from now. If 62 million tons already sound overwhelming, imagine 124 million tons is like twice the problem and twice the impact. Am I right? Okay, so today I will discuss three key points which are the first one is what is e-waste and why is it increasing? Second, how does it harm the environment and people? Last but not least, what can we do to solve this problem? These are important questions and I encourage you to reflect on them as we go along. And oh yeah, I also want to hear your thoughts, so feel free to share your ideas or ask questions. And please don't be shy, okay? Next. First, let's understand what e-waste is. As mentioned by the World Health Organization, e-waste includes old or broken electronics such as phones, laptops, TVs, and batteries. These toxic materials don't just disappear. They leak into the environment and cause serious problems. When these harmful substances enter the soil and water, they can persist for decades, making cleanup difficult. As highlighted by the Global E-Waste Monitor, over 62 million tons of e-waste were generated in 2022, and this number keeps growing by 2 million tons each year. That's like adding the weight of about 200,000 elephants annually. One big reason is that people always want the latest gadgets. Companies constantly release new models with better features, making older devices seem outdated. This leads to unnecessary waste. And think about how often you buy a new phone? Every year? Every 2 years?
I upgrade when there's a big change in features.
Okay, then
I try to use my phone for as long as possible.
okay, so many often replace our devices even when the old ones still work. Companies call this planned obsolescence, like designing products so that last long, so people keep buying new ones. This creates a cycle of e-waste. Instead of repairing, we replace, and this habit makes e-waste one of the fastest growing waste problem in the world. Next. Now, let's talk about how e-waste harms the environment and human health. It might not seem like a big deal, but it has serious effects. When e-waste is not disposed of properly, toxic chemicals leak into the soil and water, contaminating the food we eat and the water we drink. This contamination is not immediate, but it happens slowly over time, making it even more dangerous because people may not realize the impact until it is too late. In some countries, people burn e-waste to extract valuable metals like gold and copper. While this seems like a clever way to reuse materials, actually it has dangerous side effects. Burning e-waste releases toxic smoke that pollutes the air and harms human health. Then, studies show that prolonged exposure to these toxic fumes can lead to respiratory disease and other long-term health problems. As cited by the Global E-Waste Monitor, e-waste accounts for 70% of all toxic waste worldwide. That's a shocking statistic. Next. World Health Organization also reports that exposure to e-waste has been linked to a serious health issues such as brain damage, cancer, and birth defects. Workers in unsafe e-waste recycling environments are at high risk due to chemical exposure. But the effects don't stop there. The air we breathe, the soil we grow food in, and the water we drink are all impacted. And think about how child living near a waste site breathing toxic air every day. The consequences can last a lifetime. This shows that improper disposal of electronics not only harms nature but also put people's health at risk. Now, next. So, how can we solve this problem? One of the best way is to follow the 3 R's, which are the first one is reduce, second reuse, and last recycle. So let's break it down. First one, reduce. Reducing e-waste means buying durable devices and using them longer instead of replacing them quickly. Before buying a new phone, ask yourself first, do I really need it or does my current one still work? Sometimes a simple battery replacement or software update can extend a device life. Small action like this can make a big difference to reducing waste. Second, reuse. Reusing gadgets is another important step. Instead of throwing away an old phone, consider donating it to schools, charities, or refurbishment programs. According to the Global E-Waste Monitor, reusing electronics is an effective way to reduce overall waste production. Just because a device is old to you, that doesn't mean it's useless to someone else. The last one is recycle. Recycle is the final step and it's crucial. Proper recycling helps valuable materials like gold, silver, and copper while reducing pollution. According to World Health Organization, proper recycling methods prevent toxic substances from entering the environment. Next. However, the responsibility does not fall only on individuals, but companies must also take action. According to April 2022, they have a take-back program where customers can return all devices for recycling. Would you support a law that requires all electronic companies to offer free recycling programs?
I would support it if it was convenient for a consumer.
Okay.
Yes, that would make recycling easier.
Okay, think about it. If more companies follow this model, we could significantly reduce global e-waste. Governments and corporations must work together to make e-waste management more efficient and accessible. Next. To sum up, e-waste is a growing problem that harms both the environment and people. If we don't act now, the problem will only grow. However, as the Global E-Waste Monitor states, small action taken by many people can lead to a big global changes. By following the 3 R's, which are reduce, reuse, and recycle, and also encouraging companies to take responsibility, we can help solve this problem. As consumer, we must be responsible. So the next time you buy a new phone or laptop, ask yourself first, like, where will my old one go? If we all make conscious decisions, we can slow down the e-waste crisis. Together, we can create a cleaner and healthier future. That's all from me. Oh, by the way, I have one video to show to you guys about e-waste, and I hope you enjoy watching it.
Glitched out, phased out, scratched up, smashed in, short-circuited. Electronic gadgets make the world go round. But when they're done, where do they go? 50 million tons of e-waste every year, weighing more than all the airliners ever made. A fifth is recycled, and the rest degrades and decays because we want that new laptop, we want that new TV, washing machine, air conditioner, vacuum cleaner, hairdryer. Our demand for new tech never tires. But how much more can our planet take of machines that are made to break? We need gadgets we can lease, repair, and recycle. A circular economy that spins like vinyl to create new from the old. We need industries to design smarter products that last longer. We need policies to manage e-waste better. And when you buy your tech, think about where it'll end. Together, we can put this planet on the mend.
Okay, and next. This is a list of references that I found on Google, the Internet and Google Scholar about the environmental impact of electronic waste. So, if you are wondering about the environmental impact of electronic waste and want to learn more about it, you can try clicking this link to look and find the information. By the way, don't worry about the credibility of the information as it is verified and reliable. So, do you have a question to ask to me about it? No? Okay, so if you don't have any question to ask me, I guess that's all for me. Thank you.